Hey, I'm David Roundtree, director of the film Cut, and you are watching Mr. Tony of the Dead.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there. This one's on a movie called Primordial. This is written and directed by Eric Whiting, and this is a drama slash thriller slash horror movie. And in this movie we have Mary Lee Osborne, Aaron R. Ryan, Josh Miller, Joni Durian, and Titus Wolverton, just to name a few. What this movie is about, it follows this girl named Valerie Graves, who's played by Mary Lee Osborne, and she's a very troubled young woman in her mid-20s, and she has trouble keeping a job. She was one of the people, she's a kind of like a do everything kind of person. You know, if you need your room painted, she'll do that, and if she doesn't know how, she'll learn how. And so that's what she does for money. And then she was kind of like cleaning this person's house for a while, and they couldn't afford to have her anymore, so she needed to find other, employment. And her rent's behind, and she's also like very troubled, where she has like these horrible thoughts. Like she always wants to she's like these, how do I say it? She's these sadistic urges, and she's had them since she's been young, and she doesn't know what to do. She drinks a lot, and she has a friend since her childhood who is played by Aaron R. Ryan, and they're best friends and everything. And well, what happens is Valerie ends up finding a job that she likes. It was not a permanent thing. She was working for this like locksmith kind of place, and they wanted her to just type out all these files onto the computer and then well, that job got over with, so she found out what was going behind the scenes of this place, and she wanted in. And being that what they do, it really satisfied her hunger to punish and basically she can get her anger out on people and get paid for it. I really dug this movie. There's a lot of things I liked about this movie. For instance, the title, intro and everything was done great. There's the music in it is, I can't remember the name of the bands, but it's I wouldn't say it's death metal, but it's definitely hardcore-ish sounding, which kind of went along with this movie, especially I guess that's probably how her mind was, just very angry music, and that's how she was. She's very angry, so it definitely fit the Valerie character a lot. There was a lot of different shots to this. There's black and white, which looked beautiful. The black and white looked amazing. I think if this movie, the whole thing was in black and white, it would work. Not a lot of movies can be black and white and work out, but this, just the high def with black and white, it looked gorgeous. Those shots were my favorite ones, the black and white. Then there's different ones where it's at night and they're in the car and they're recording, and there's a blue tint. I don't know if there was a blue light in the car, kind of that's shining off of them, or if it was a filter with editing. But that was a really nice look too. And there was a lot of shots that it's low budget, it's an indie film, but it didn't really have that feel 100% to me. Maybe there was times where maybe it was, some of the lines or the acting might have been a little, you could tell they're not professional. For instance, when you focus on one thing and then it pans, and then it focuses on the character themselves, did that really well. There's shots in the snow, so that worked really good with the black and white and the color. The blood comes out even more. I gotta say, Valerie though, the character of Valerie, I kind of went back and forth. I felt bad for her, but at the same time, she's kind of a bitch. But when you have a troubled childhood and that, you kind of don't want to deal with people. You don't trust them. And so I felt, how she was feeling, and she's pushing the closest people away from her. When she gets this other job, she kind of changes, and she doesn't really have any love in her life, and she's all about her best friend, but she don't like her like that. but so like she's very troubled, and you kind of feel for her, but yet at the same time, when she first meets somebody and they're being nothing but nice, and she's just a bitch, it's like, what's wrong with you? This guy's not being a jerk to you at all. And it was just like hard to like her at times, but yet in the back of my mind, I understood why she was the way she was. Josh Miller played her kind of like the boss, her boss's boss in this. Or I should say, I guess he's the boss, co-boss. I don't know. I said boss a lot just there. But I believe I saw him in, I want to say it was called Scum. It wasn't Scumbag. I think it was Scum, and he played like a main character in that. And I was going to do a review for that a while ago, and I wish I didn't. Or I wish I did. But he was great in that, and it was nice to see him in this as well. And of course, Joni, I always like seeing her in movies. Her part wasn't huge in this, but she did a great job. So Marilee Osborne, like, I've seen her in other movies as well, and she never had a giant part, but she was the main character in this, which really made me want to see this, because I think I think she's a great actress. You could just see how she's feeling, and you could see in her facial expressions, even if she don't say anything, like what she's thinking. She just did a great job in this. I was really excited to see that she was the main character. It was great. There was a few moments in this that kind of made me cringe a lot, and one in particular, I'm not going to say what happened, but it involves a fish hook, and that just made me cringe, and I was, I was like, my toes were like this watching it, like they were curled. I was like, oh God. I think I even went like this. I was like, oh no. But it was funny like that. It didn't take you out of the moment, but it kind of brought you deeper into the moment. Crazy. If I had to say anything bad about this movie, the only things I didn't really care for, and I'm sorry Eric, I know it was your character in the movie, but she would come home and she had a neighbor who was kind of weird and standing there, and he would say like, perverted things to her, and it kind of took you out of it for like that little bit. I didn't think that needed to be there. Another thing, it was like 2 hours, a little over 2 hours long now, and the length doesn't do it, but some parts were a little too long for me. But like the point, it didn't get to the point. But it was a slow burn at times, but yet I really liked it. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. I guess that would be the only bad thing about it, was Eric's character and how long of a movie it is. And I know that sounds dumb, because a lot of movies are 2 hours now, but I just think that it could have been a little shorter. But other than that, I thought this movie was fantastic. So if you're interested in this movie, check out the trailer below and check out the links. I'll have the links below for you. You can find it on Facebook and all that. And so that's it. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Also check me out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and also now on Tumblr. All the links below. All the links for those would be below. So that's it. Thanks everybody for watching, and talk to you later. Bye.